Well, we are just 2 weeks away from the midterms. To make sure you're prepared for Election Day, KVUE News is launching a new segment, Vote Texas Face Off. You can catch it here on midday every Tuesday. Weighing in today is Tara Pohlmeyer and Andy Hogue, who are joining us. Now, Tara is the Communications Director of Progress Texas, an organization advocating for progressive ideals and policies. Andy Hogue is the Communications Director at the Travis County Republican Party of Texas. We thank you both for joining us today. So let's talk about the race everyone is talking about, and that is Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz fighting for Cruz's Senate seat. When we look at this race, obviously the president coming down yesterday to rally in Houston. Andy, I'll let you talk first about the overall impact you think the president's visit will have for Cruz supporters.
Yeah, I think it does wonders to have a supportive president. I mean, the president's here in Texas, supporting Ted Cruz, his former rival, formerly somebody who was known as Lying Ted by the president, and now they're allies. So it's good to see Republicans coming together, putting aside their differences and getting things done. And we're seeing a record number of people turning out for this, not just on the Democrat side, but the Republican side as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this translates to down ballot turnout.
Now, Tara, do you have any concern, or do you think that this could hurt his campaign and drum up support among the Democrats having the president coming here?
I do think it's drumming support amongst the Democrats. I think seeing a president come in who is such a bully, really, and who really doesn't advocate for Texan values, come in and try to say that this is what Texans are and try to support a candidate that he's called a liar before, try to support someone who he has really attacked throughout all of his time as president, and now all of a sudden he's changed his tune and supported him. I think that's definitely firing up Democrats, and we're seeing that at the polls.
So one of the things that's interesting that we of course want to talk about is some of the things that the president said during the rally. Things that he's not necessarily showing research to back up some of the claims that he's making when it comes to the caravan, saying that it is full of MS-13 gang members and people from the Middle East. What do you take from that?
I really take from that people need to do their research. This president is not spreading facts in any way. He's definitely spreading falsehoods about immigration, about healthcare, about all of these key issues that Texans truly care about, and that's not something that's useful for anyone here in Texas.
Andy, what do you say to counter that? I mean, the president is saying these things.
Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is we don't know. That's why we have strong border checkpoints. And I think both parties agree to the importance of border security. We just disagree on how to get there. Now, Trump takes a harder line. And I think with the number of independent voters crossing over toward Trump, and that's staying true, by the way, we're seeing equal numbers from 2016 turning out for this election this year. So we're seeing people enraged by Trump and encouraged by Trump. But I think ultimately people are looking for an answer. They may not agree how to get there, but they want something done. And Donald Trump is getting something done.
Even if it means saying things that are not necessarily factually true, you think that that's okay?
Well, I think we need to see what the facts are first. Let's investigate. Let's check them at the border. Let's stop them, and let's investigate and see what the truth is. We see a lot of news sources, some sources like Judicial Watch, for instance, they had some information about possible Al-Qaeda operatives. I don't know personally. I'm up here in Austin, but I think I feel a lot more safe at night when I know that we have a strong border checkpoint system, and we're actually seeing what's going on.
Obviously we saw a lot of people turn out for early voting on that first day, but historically in Texas, we know that Democrats don't vote. They do not vote as much as their Republican counterparts. I believe the latest stats were that for every 2 Democrats that vote, 3 Republicans go out and vote. And so that equates to about a million and a half deficit that the Democrats and Beto O'Rourke will have to overcome if he's going to win this election. What factors do you think the Democratic Party is doing to get people to come out and vote?
I think we've done a lot of work to get people out and vote. All of a sudden, we're seeing a mass amount of people who are registered to vote for the first time. They are voting for the first time and making their voices heard, and we're so proud of them for doing that, and they're making such a difference because of that. And I think that Beto O'Rourke's message of really coming together, bringing people together, and not dividing along party lines even, just bringing Texans together to come up with common sense solutions to problems like healthcare, immigration, gun reform. All of these things are true Texan values and true Texan problems that Beto O'Rourke plans to address. And with everyone voting, we will.
Andy, but it's still Texas, right? And so what does the Republican Party have to do to fight off that voter apathy, though, because people know, well, it's still Texas?
All we need to do is hit our bases, hit our issues, just like what Tara said. Those are issues very important to all Texans. Again, we disagree on how to get there. We believe the Second Amendment covers the right to defend yourself. We believe in a lower taxation for fairness to small business. Those are things, common principles Republicans and Democrats have, but we have different principles. But all we need to do is defend those values. Say, okay, we're the party of business freedom. We're the party of the Second Amendment. We're the party of pro-life. And once we do that, I think we'll see the basic demographics in Texas support the Republican Party as they have for the last decade or more.
All right. Well, we thank you both for joining us today. Here at KVUE, we don't care who you vote for. We just want you to get out there and vote.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Get out there and vote.
Thank you.
All right.